Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another installment of Let's Commiserate. I am your host, Sam, and this is not your typical host, Dave. This is my brother-in-law, Christian.
What's up, people? That's how we. I don't know how I'm supposed to come in.
I know.
What's up,
Yeah, how you doing? How do you feel to be here?
man? It's cool, man. We talking about Star Wars.
We are. Do you realize I've recorded? This is now my 44th podcast that I've ever recorded episode, and you are the first new guest.
Hey, man. I'm not new. I'm just I'm relevant.
You're relevant.
That's all it is.
You're relevant.
Don't take that as trademark, copyrighted by the Christian.
By what?
Christian. No, man, but yeah, this is cool, man. I'm glad you guys had me, man.
Yeah. I'm glad I married your sister. So.
I really mean to. And see how everything works out.
I just realized I'm not wearing my ring.
Oh yeah, I seen it beside the sink, and that's the crazy part. It was gonna go down. I kind of slid to the side, so.
Because that sink doesn't have a plug in it. Oh, would have been bad. That would have been bad. Yeah.
It's naked, don't it?
It does feel weird. It really does feel weird. She actually forgot hers when we went out today, too. So we were both ringless, and
That's horrible.
I know.
That's awful.
It felt so bad. Yeah, but no, we're down here. Samantha and I were visiting her family, and my parents were actually looking at houses to buy down here too. So wouldn't that be great to have all the family too?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if we would move down here, but that's.
I don't know how you do in New York. New York is crazy. You're at a good place. So
We're at a good place.
other than that, I don't know how y'all do it.
We like New York, the northerner impatience, the fast-paced life. You should try it sometime.
I think I'm good here in the country. Like, it just helps me out a bit. The ministry, with my type of attitude and character. I just like it down there.
Down here with Bojangles.
Bojangles, man. Bojangles, dirt bikes, horses, and giddy up. That's what we do.
Samantha had really hyped up Bojangles for me. Mm-hmm. And then the first time we came to visit, she was like, no, you got to try Bojangles. It's got the best chicken and everything.
The best chicken?
I was very underwhelmed. I was.
Especially if it's like you don't get it very fresh.
It was definitely not fresh.
It
was definitely not fresh.
You gotta get it right when they kill the chicken, and season it and then hit it up. And it's like, okay, now we're really hitting something.
Yeah. I don't know about, maybe it was just wrong place, wrong time.
The chicken was waiting for too long.
It probably was. Well, it was like the breakfast biscuit or whatever it is.
I wanted to see why the breakfast biscuit weren't into it.
Well,
and I usually hit. That's usually hit.
I don't know, man. We pulled through the other day. Their mom, she knows exactly what she wants when she's going to a restaurant and stuff. So she told me that she wanted a cheddar cheese biscuit with a sausage patty. Now, most people would interpret that as a sausage, egg, and cheese. No, that's not what she wanted.
I would never interpret that as a sausage, egg, and cheese.
I feel like most workers, they hear that and they're like, oh, well, I've never heard anybody request just the patty. As a separate item.
Yeah.
So we pull through, and she told me, before we left, she was like, and you better not get it wrong.
Yeah.
I look in the bag, of course, it's a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich, so I have to tap back in. No.
Get things wrong, man.
I told them what she wanted. I pulled back through the line, and I had to explain, no, she wants the biscuit.
The biscuit.
With the separate neck.
You gotta use it, you can't just say it regular like that. Because sometimes we a little slow, we can't really get what you're talking about. You gotta kind of bring it like this and say the biscuit.
The biscuit.
The biscuit with the pie.
Look at it like that.
We got a pie. You can't.
We have this image of how Mama says it, completely exaggerated. No, I want the biscuit.
That's Mama, man. That's Mama every time.
We got down here Tuesday, and it was Tuesday, and that I stayed up late.
Yeah.
Well, we both stayed up late and we started Andor, and I fell asleep within the first half hour. I felt bad, but then we finished it as the week went on.
I know we're gonna talk about this, but let me save my reaction.
No, go ahead.
Do that.
Yes.
Uh,
Because I'm not necessarily gonna take like Andor season 2 is finally here after waiting 3 years, and yeah, I'm not gonna break it down like bit by bit. There's more general plot points because when there's 3 episodes to get through, and that's wait, did I say Andor season 3 is finally here? I meant Andor season 2 is finally here. I think I said it.
that's how you know you've been doing this for me. I didn't even catch it. I'm just listening like, okay.
You self-edit as you go. With 3 episodes to digest, yeah, it's a lot to take in. So I'm basically just remembering big plot points. I do have a few notes, but yeah, what were your overall like first impressions?
I'm trying to be reasonable here.
Are you?
Are we? Oh, okay. So what do you want? Do you want the reasonable me?
No.
Or do you want the like fan favorite me? I want what I'm saying.
I want the unhinged, true.
It's okay. Hold on. Okay. Listen again. Hold on. The one thing. Listen, man. We got really okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My outburst.
Yeah. R.I.P. headphone users.
I'm sorry. One thing that was I do like how they started out, I'm trying to find something.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to find something good to say here. It wasn't like it was it's more of the drama field stuff. Like it's not like let me say this. Let me be very clear.
Well, this man's been going on.
I know. I know. I would like Star Wars to get back to being action packed, unless the drama is so suspenseful that it's like capturing. Like, wait a second, we can't get up. Like, we can't get up to leave and miss a part. And you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I feel like it's once again just the same old thing, like mediocre drama. Like it's just drama episodes. Like it's just like it's not even like Italian gangster type drama. It's like
It is like Italian gangster type drama because Mon Mothma, that like the what's his name, the guy that she has to marry her daughter off to a son, he is literally a loan shark. He's a gangster. There is that element.
Hasn't used any gangster elements. Well, she might have a different type of gangster.
and then she does this, and then she does this, and then she does this. Marry my daughter. This is that. It was just like okay.
It's political. It's political tension.
By the way, this is how Sam sounds when he sleeps.
It's like very SpongeBob. I'm like, I don't know how this happens. Like, is this real life?
That is not. Yeah, man. It's not hitting for me. Like I needed to be hitting like that.
For me, it didn't start to hit until the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
When it was all like kind of
I did like
to a hit. Okay. So for me, my overall feel was like, okay, this feels a little too polished compared to the first season, because first season Andor felt very raw and like unfiltered. Yeah. And the overall vibe I was getting from like the first couple episodes was like, oh, okay. And even like the cinematography felt a little too, I don't know, it just felt too clean. Those are very nitpicky things. Yeah. I'm a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
But I mean, because there were a couple things that I really didn't like. The whole plot where Andor gets stranded on that planet with like that group of wannabe rebels.
I like that.
Those kid actors. Well, I mean, they're not really kids. They're probably our age, a little younger,
A little older.
a little older. The what was that main kid? He was like, "No, this is ours." Or it was, go ahead.
The first thing that I saw, I was just like, yo, like, are they just picking guys from like high school dramas and like, oh yeah, you want to come and act with Disney? Come on, we got you. Oh yeah, no, that's what I told you. What I tell you? I was like, bro, it just seemed like they let these guys read the script. go through the scene, and just looked at it and was like, okay, this is good enough. We'll keep going. I'm like, bro, like, can you give me any like good actors? I feel like honestly, the only one great actor was the guy that likes Mon Mothma.
The guy that Tay.
It's the only one where I'm like,
We'll see.
even though he's not doing nothing crazy, but his acting is.
Well, he's like really what's what I'm looking for. He's like hanging on the edge right now. He's about to have a nervous breakdown. He's losing money. I feel like all the actors of the main cast are really good. I do believe that.
They're good, but I feel like he's the only one that's really good. Like he's the only one that's like, okay, like you can tell he got some skin in the game.
Well, I think too of all the actors, not much. Overall they weren't given too much to work with. Like this was a very plot driven arc, not too much on like character development and stuff.
Okay.
Maybe Mon Mothma, she had a lot of room to develop here. I will say like this whole this whole thing with her daughter being forced into this marriage, and that scene where her daughter was crying about like the kid she was. It was sad. I was actually sad.
As one of these lover boys.
Well,
Don't marry this kid. He got money. Both of you have money. What's the deal? What's the problem? Okay, go marry Burpee. Go marry the guy that's in some type of the mines of Coruscant or something.
yeah,
The lower bottoms. Go level 100.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I do, yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
No, well, it's like a child marriage that she's being forced into. I think she's only supposed to be.
Americans.
The Americans are such. She's only supposed to be. She's supposed to only be 15 years old, and so this isn't her choice. And Mon Mothma finds her in tears the night before. She's like, "What's wrong, darling?" And she's like, "He won't hold my hand." And when I try to hold his hand, he pulls away. I was like, "Oh." That was kind of sad. It was kind of sad. But then
Sam, you're making me do this.
it's called empathizing.
Brother.
Well, so. Then before the wedding, Mon Mothma tells her, it's like, you don't have to do this. We can just call it off. And I was like, wow. And then
I do think that too.
And then her daughter's like, thanks. Essentially, it's like, yeah, no, go away.
Yeah, she really started going crazy. I thought
And then Mon Mothma at this wedding just really lets loose.
bro, yeah, she started wilding out.
And I think it was like because the dad gives a speech at the wedding, like when life is getting hard or something along those lines, just like lose yourself in the music, something along those lines. And
That's more deep stuff.
yeah, people are gonna be commenting at me like that's actually not what he said. He said like you tell us
In the chat, if that's what he said. Let's see how many things Sam gets wrong.
Oh, bro, you have no idea. For some reason, like my videos, they perform like fairly well, reaching the audience I want to reach on Instagram and YouTube. TikTok, for some reason, my videos only get pushed out to the people who vehemently disagree with me. I know the people who agree with me are out there, but I only get views on TikTok from the people who really hate me.
Sam, you really might be saying some crazy stuff.
Or maybe I'm just, maybe I am just out of my mind. Maybe I am completely in the wrong. But anyway.
Things are possible.
Anyway, so Mon Mothma, she just kind of goes into a trance, just like letting loose to this Star Wars techno song. My brother, he was like, since when does this like techno music exist in Star Wars? I was like, no, it does. It does.
Bro, let's talk about the projector. When does
Oh, yes. Yes.
So this is when I do this, like I curve my hand this way, and so it can really hurt to a level. And I just do, Bro, like, if you have projectors, there's no laser screens, there's no hollow tables or nothing. Projectors.
Well, yeah, they show this projector.
You don't use projectors anymore.
They show this projector footage of like advertising for what I think it's called Gorham, their planet, how the spiders do all the harvesting, whatever. And yeah, they do it on like an old projector that I'm pretty sure we had in my middle school growing up. And I get what they're going for. It's supposed to be like kind of like those World War II era, propaganda type videos.
But you can still have the picture
Yes.
and not have the projector.
I-
Like, have a little mouse droid run through there and put the projector thing on, and it zooms up, and it still gives the little lines in the video. Like, bro,
It was an odd choice. I was not blessed.
in what?
It was an odd choice.
This is Disney.
This is Disney.
This is Disney.
This is Disney.
Get Lucas back. Get your man. What's your other boy's name?
Filoni.
Get Filoni back.
Filoni. Well,
No, don't tell me you're one of those criticizers of Filoni. Now we're gonna have a problem.
No, so I said, in one of my last videos, I even started by saying I love Filoni. I do. I just don't like his approach to fan service. I don't like that he, gets random cameos for no reason all the time. Like every episode has to have some type of cameo, and it's like,
What shows are you talking about?
so we've got Filoni. He brought in. There are examples of cameos where it works. Like if people do exist in that universe and there is like a genuinely good reason to bring them into the story. Luke Skywalker coming into Mandalorian at the end. Yeah.
Well, he did all these newer ones too. I thought he just did he stopped with the animated.
No, he did Mandalorian. He did Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett, he brought back Cad Bane he brought Cad Bane live action, who will most likely be long dead by the time Book of Boba Fett was happening. Like, it was a stretch. It was a stretch to have Cad Bane. But people were like, oh my god. I don't know.
He died.
Cad Bane died. Like, now my
Died. Wait a second. Boba Fett did kill him in the lore, I thought Boba Fett killed Cad Bane.
I don't know how, like, in the expanded universe.
I don't know if he did it then, but I thought because they had multiple like runnings in when he was a kid and
Yes, you did. Yes. But I don't know, like, in the expanded universe or the Legends, how Cad Bane ended up. But, yeah, in Book of Boba Fett, I think Boba Fett does kill him in the show.
Yeah. But I thought he kills him like in the actual stories, like the actual.
Probably. But, like, mind you, Book of Boba Fett was set, like, at least 5 or 6 years after Return of the Jedi, which, mind you, we're, like, going... like 30 years, I think, from when we first see Cad Bane. So it's like, it's a little bit of a stretch. He brought back Bo-Katan for Mandalorian, who, again, I get it, but she also probably would have been a lot older than how they made her look. Did you watch the, I think it was also in Mandalorian Season 3, they bring back Zeb from Rebels into...
Oh, Zeb as a fighter pilot. I said, what? Why would he be with Ghost Squadron?
Yeah, so it's a whole bunch of stuff like that, and like he'll bring in random video game characters like in Mandalorian Season 3. Yeah, like he's like at a cantina, like big purple dude.
Maybe it could have been another.
No, they confirmed it was Zeb. Okay, they did. For no reason. There was no reason to have Zeb there. So that's what I'm talking about. Like Dave Filoni bringing in all these cameos all the time. For it's like, it's just for like, oh, see what I did there?
I think it's for kids because especially when you were young, unless you were like a die-hard Star Wars person, like we like to see in movies where movies connect to shows and movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We like to see it, especially if you're a kid. But as for us who really love this joint,
there might be a reason.
Yeah, and it has to hit.
And that's why I say Tony Gilroy, who's the creator of Andor, he had even said, I'm only bringing in, cameos or extra characters if there is actually a reason for them to be there. Yeah. That's why I like Tony Gilroy, the creator of Andor. But I think Filoni would be a new good head of Lucasfilm. Replace Kathleen Kennedy, get her out, bring Filoni in.
Because it was just so much. Oh, just woman in every show, like, and I'm just like, when did Star, like, it's just like, I
do not condone this.
Every single, okay, take I know we're getting off, we're supposed to be talking about Eldor. Take the Mandalorian. Remember when he first met, what's old girl's name?
Cara Dune.
Oh my gosh, bro! First of all, you have what is it called? Beskar suit.
They're punching back and forth. She's slamming them and do that. I said, is this really what we're doing? Is this what we're like, bro? Where?
Well, I will say this:
Where?
Kathleen Kennedy. I mean,
That was loving it too. I know Kathleen Kennedy was soaking it up. She was like, oh yeah, we need.
here's the thing: Kathleen Kennedy loves her girl bosses, and I think, and even most general fans are so sick of the girl boss archetype. It's like, yes, we get it, but and the thing is, like, Star Wars already had a lot of strong female characters, like just as many strong female characters as the male characters. Princess Leia is still regarded as like one of the best, like, not in your face. I am in this character.
Stand Princess Leia situation either. And I'm sorry,
I talk about his last Jedi.
my shirt just to let you all know. I know.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
And it's a red situation. I did this on purpose. But I don't know why, how Leia, not to get off subject, but I don't know how Leia, like, okay, she's a princess, but all of a sudden she's like the bad, like she can really like get down with the pistol, like she's like, I'm from Chicago type. Like, what's going on? Like, this is what you do?
Well, yeah, there's
This what's happening? Like, you came from roses and bubbles. Now you going from guns and them going to guns and shells, or I guess laser.
Well, you could make the same argument for Luke being a simple farm boy. Then, like 2 minutes later, he's wielding a lightsaber and is blasting.
Luke was going crazy. He was dealing with Tusken Raiders, and he in the Badlands.
He,
You know what I'm saying?
he wasn't doing nothing. Like, he got pummeled by the Tusken Raiders. He needed Obi-Wan rescuing him. So you can make the same arguments, but you can make the same argument. You can make the same argument that Luke wasn't. He was like, one day he's going down to Tashi Station to get some power converters. To 5 minutes later, he's wielding a lightsaber, firing a blaster.
No, first of all, he had training. That's why.
He did, and Leia did it.
Had training. By whom?
We can fill in the blanks on our own as intelligent audience members. What I'm saying is Star Wars already had strong female characters. Even Padme, up till episode 3, was a very strong female character. She was, putting herself in harm's way for the greater good. She was plotting. She was the puppet master behind the scenes, using her decoy and everything. There was already plenty. Even Mon Mothma was still. I mean, we see her briefly in episode 6, but she was still regarded as a powerful female figure. Now, Rey had potential, but instead they just went the girl boss route of, let's just make her a flawless.
Thought you were about to go on
Perfect. Oh, what did you think I was gonna?
I was about to say, she had. I thought we were both gonna start doing the NPC thing. Oh yeah, women can really do everything. Well, they really are like beating everyone's butt, and then like everybody, like it's like all of their new characters is like women that's really like beating the biggest people up. Like, I don't want to keep switching around.
No, that is what I'm saying though. Like, Rey was just kind of like, oh yeah, I can do everything, and that's like, yes.
If she had force capabilities, then I would be like, okay.
And then they forced her to have force capability.
Yeah, but I was like, at the beginning, it's like,
There was no hint of it.
yeah, it's just like, bro, like. But even with the revelation later, like, how are you doing what you're doing? It's just, I don't know. I'm trying not, the reason why I'm not being so clear is that I'm trying not to say too much crazy stuff on this channel.
And it's
Like, I'm trying, it's still not working.
it's hey, maybe they'll be mad at someone else other than me for a change, which is fine. But Andor, we were talking about Andor. This is okay. Oh, there are a couple interesting plot points. Brazo and Bix, they're undocumented, living as like mechanics on that isolated planet. Well, first of all, sorry, Cassian, he's like, stranded with those wannabe rebels, and I'm like, what? Up to the point where he left, I'm like, what was the point of all this? It was just wasting time. Like, I want to get him back with the main characters and stuff. And then it's like this big reveal. Oh, he was on Yavin 4.
Really?
Yeah, they like show the tower as he's like taken off the planet. Which, okay, fine. Maybe that comes back later. Maybe he's like, oh, I know a place. But That's the only reason I can think of. Once he got, back to kind of the main action was when it started to feel good again for me. But Bix, they're on this isolated planet, and the Empire is doing like a supply audit and checking visas. Now, people did have things to say. This officer does come on to Bix in one scene. Some people were upset by it, but I was like, well, what is the Empire supposed to look good? Yeah, this does seem like what a sleazy Imperial officer would do. And I didn't mind the scene, actually, because Bix defeats him. She beats him, and she finally gets a win. I was fine with that. What?
She beats him. I just wanted to. She beats him.
She defeats him. She
defeats him.
Yeah.
Another defeat.
Yeah. Yeah, she won. And it is a very violent fist fight. I was like, this is not a kid's show, folks.
Yeah.
Parents be advised. And I was proud of Bix, because I root for Bix. Okay. Hey, okay, now I gotta be careful how I word this. There are some genuine, strong female characters where it's not forced. I think Andor has, overall, very good female characters. Dedra, the blonde Imperial officer, she's in this weird relationship with Cyril now. She tells on.
Weird.
It was very weird.
But I like it. I like the spin.
Even Samantha, she started to see why they might be a good match because she stood up to his mom. And she was like, if you want him to be in your life, then you're going to drop all this nonsense and stuff. I was like, thank God, because that woman is insufferable. The mom. It's true. But I was surprised that they're like a thing now, because she always seemed really creeped out by him in the last.
That's what. Yeah. When the first scene of them two coming together, when she just came in the house, I was like, wait a second, you were acting crazy. But women also do that though.
Do they?
Never know. They never know. So guys out there,
You never know.
it ain't over till it's done, son.
But don't be pushy. I'm sure Dedra came to it on her own terms.
Sometimes they need a little convincing. Sometimes you need a little.
Yeah. There was also, hang on. Yes, okay. This wedding happens. Mon is just getting turned up at this wedding. What are you doing?
I'm just talking to people. We just talking, man. Keep going.
Mon Mothma gets turned up at this wedding. There's it's very intense. But the thing, I felt like the tension in episode 3, it just came out of nowhere. I was like, okay, now I'm invested, and that's typically how these Andor arcs go, where it's kind of treading water the first couple episodes, and then by the third one you're like, oh wow, now I really want to know what happens. But Cassian's friend Brasso, we get a major character death right in this truth.
Yeah.
I was devastated. Because Brasso was a real homie.
He was a real homie.
He was. He was protecting
that term, too. You're doing good, buddy.
Thanks. I was hoping you would approve.
See what time does for you? Look at this. Keep going. We just rapping. We just rapping, But yeah, hey, he was a real homie.
Yeah, he was.
A real homie.
And I didn't think of this until I was reading some of the trivia about it. Brasso, he's from Ferrix, and Ferrix was, at the end of last season, part of their funeral ceremonies is they're cremated and then their ashes are made to form a beautiful brick and stuff. And that's why Cassian had such a hard time leaving his body behind, because he wasn't gonna get a proper Ferrixian cremation. I was like, wow.
First of all, props to you for doing, what did you say you did?
Research.
What was that called? What would you call it?
Trivia.
The trivia. He did that so you people that's hounding his head. He's dedicated.
I am.
And we gotta give him some love for that. So in the comments, give my man some love, man. Don't just drop a hate on his head. Let me do that. Give me that job. I'm gonna take care of it.
Don't worry, I get plenty of it. I got plenty of it already.
Look, man, but yeah, man. Yeah, congratulations on you. But yeah, that sucks, man. Yes, I appreciate all of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Did you think of that when you were too busy trashing all the female characters?
No. I was too late. I was on my job.
Yeah.
Job, man.
There's Stellan Skarsgård, Luthen. That's a big plot point, because
I like him.
He's a fantastic character because you never know what he's thinking. You never know what he's gonna do next. And actually, his assistant Clea, I think her name is. She's the one who does like all the radio communication. I actually started to understand her character a little more. I did not like her in the last season, but when you see how much she's juggling, she's got Cassian on the radio, and she's like, "No, literally, don't go to that planet. Like it's being blocked off right now." And Cassian ignores her. You can see her like, "My God." People just need to listen, and of course he goes and he does rescue Bix and Wellman, his name Wellman, the little like the younger boy in their group who's like in a random relationship with this girl farmer. I was like, why was it?
It was the one rat in the mouth.
Yes, I was like, yeah. I was like, this Wellman kid, he's the one who ruins everything in this episode. I'm like,
How did he ruin everything?
because he's the one, he leaves his speeder out in the open. And so when the Imperial officers come, like the stormtroopers come, they're like, oh, whose speeder is this? And then they're able to track it down to Bix and Brazo.
Oh, right. Because he went to go, yeah.
Yeah.
Idiot.
And I'm like, they gave
Idiot.
they gave him this whole stupid love story, which just ruins everything. But yeah, I'm trying to remember where it leaves all the characters. Tay Colma. Oh yes. So Tay, the one actor you did like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he has been helping Mon Mothma organize her funds, for funding the rebellion. But then it's kind of come back on him, and now he's thinking of kind of defecting. Luthen gets wind of it, and he's like, "Oh no, I'll take care of it." And he sends Cinta Vel, who is wondering like, "No, I haven't seen Cinta. This and this." She sees Cinta is now Tay's driver for his air taxi, whatever. And it looks like taking care of Tay is gonna be just taking care of Tay. So there goes the one actor that you did like.
But you know what the crazy part is? Are we done predictions?
Yeah, go ahead.
The crazy part is by his body language and everything, and by how easily he was just like, "Oh, okay, you're our driver." Like, my prediction is he's gonna at least have her at gunpoint, if not kill her. I think he's a little smarter than
You think so?
than what we'll just suspect happens to him. Like, I think he kind of went so easily, especially as he knows there's so many moving parts, and like especially with the outcome of his assets.
Yes.
I think he kind of knows like, well, I'm kind of on the outside of things. Things are kind of moving around me, and then now my driver just doesn't show up. There's no protocol for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm thinking too deeply, but I just feel like he has a fix on things. And he's going to surprise us a little bit, and he's a little smart. That's my guy. He's going to work it out.
We'll see. This season, it's supposed to end up covering 4 years of material. So, and they're doing it 4 story arcs. So next week they're going to release the other 3 episodes. So I think we're going to fast forward another year from now. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. Mon Mothma, I think, is bound to be exposed at some point as being part of the rebellion movement, but
Well, she only really gets these. How exposed? Do you mean like someone's going to blackmail her, or she's going to be exposed to the galaxy?
I feel like by the end of it, she'll be exposed to the galaxy.
Well,
Or I'm trying to remember. In Rogue One, is she still in the Senate?
she's not Senate.
Oh, she is.
She's in the Senate.
I've only seen Rogue One.
Oh, is she still in the Senate? No, she's not in the Senate.
No, she's not, right?
No. I was thinking of
Revenge of the Sith? What?
Rebels, Star Wars.
Rebels. Yeah, in Rebels, she's still in the Senate. Which happens, Rebels takes place before Andor.
And I think that's as it goes in the canon as well. She exposes herself basically
Yes, okay.
with her dress.
Yeah, you could have worded that better, but
on, man. Y'all know what I'm saying. That's me. Where?
You are Samantha's brother. You are Samantha's brother because she would have said.
Okay. She, you know, how else, how would you word it, Sam?
She reveals.
She does what?
She snitches on herself.
She snitches on herself. See? Time.
No.
Time affects us all in unforeseen events.
My parents, they got this this new Santa Fe 2025, and it's the type of car that just like alerts you to everything. Even we were saying this is a white people car,
Really?
because it just loves snitching.
Oh,
You know, like
I love snitching. Bro, he's not lying. In the back seat, you can't have your seatbelt off.
yeah, it'll start beeping if someone in the back seat has their seatbelt off.
Bro,
Like, dude,
I said this is not a vehicle for the country.
like we back here minded our business.
This is for snowy roads and high skyscrapers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not to be down here.
Anyway, we'll see you at the next 3 episodes of Andor. Bring. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. He won't be on the next episode.
I'll throw my message to you from.
I'm sure he's gonna text me his thoughts. I'll pass them along if he doesn't get me kicked off of YouTube after I post this one. But that was the goal.
That's the goal this whole time. That was my only purpose here. But you see, I held back. Real.
I think you did the best. I think you did the best you could.
Exactly. Women can't beat up men like that. Disney's doing a horrible job with Star Wars.
It's easy for him to say all this stuff. He's like 6'5".
And I mean, and they're also superheroes. So, nothing really affects me. So,
That's must be nice. Must be nice.
you can, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me.
Hey,
It was a pleasure.
I appreciate you guys having me, man. I'm buying the podcast, so
Okay.
we'll see too much of him.
We'll drop the link.
I just think I'm getting rid of him.
We're gonna link all of his socials and just like all of his socials down below. Where you find us and leave him some hate.
Just leave it with Sam. Sam will get it to me.
Okay. And I'll see you guys next week on the next episode of Let's Commiserate.